Hello class, this is me, Mr. C, and today we're going to be working with watercolors. We're going to do a very quick painting. Now, what I like to do is I like to use my biggest brush in the beginning, just because, I want to put a lot of paint down quickly. So let's start off with the red. Now, with more paint, right, the darker the color. With more water, the darker the color. So I kind of want a little bit of an in-between. Not too much, not too little, all right? So let's start off with this base. Very simple, okay? We're not gonna close it completely. We're gonna leave it slightly open. Okay. Always clean your brush, right? So we're gonna leave that open. Dip the water. Let's wring out the brush just a little bit. Okay, let's add the background. I think this is blue. More water. Okay. It's okay if it gets a little bit on there. I'm not too worried about that. Right now, I'm just trying to get as much watercolor on this page as possible. This is the sketch, okay? Now, as this dries, I'm gonna start working over here. So with my medium brush, or if you have one brush, you could technically do this whole thing with one brush. I'm gonna come over to this green, right? Remember, this is a plant. Your motion should be very organic, always. Some spastic motions, right? Okay, so as this is drying, I'm gonna use a smaller brush, right? I'm feeling a little purple today, right? I'm not gonna use too much water because I want this color to be dark. Start dabbing. Flowers and plants, sometimes they just have a mind of their own. And that's kind of what we're representing with this. Okay. A little bit more of that purple. Okay. So by this time, make sure my brush is clean. So by this time, this should be dry, okay? I'm gonna go back with my big brush. Yeah, go back with the big brush, right? You can do it with either, but for me, it's a lot easier to work with the big brush. And I'm gonna grab some of this black, okay? Now right here, I'm gonna hold my hand right here just to give me a little bit of leverage. Okay, so I'm creating the shadow just because I want to give this drawing a little bit more depth. And I'm trying to mirror what's up here, just the opposite way, okay? Even with the flowers. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to attempt to do another type of shadow as well, right? Now, with this one, I'm going to use less water, right? Maybe we'll do like a double shadow over here, a little bit more, right? Okay, great. So now with my smaller brush, I'm going to, you know what? I don't want this to be black. I'm just going to add more of this red, but just make it a lot darker. Okay. So again, I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna try not to touch this. Hold it like this, just kind of come in there. It's about control, right? You control your breathing. It should be okay. clean my brush. I kind of want to add like a design. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I'm going to come in with some blue again, but with less water and just the blue, and just add like some Now with that same blue, I'm going to come in here and just add a little bit of value just inside, right? Be careful not to touch that green. Okay. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to clean my small brush again. I'm going to take off some of this right here. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow just to give it just a little bit of pop. Right? And again, it's just like the small things like this, right? You can dab it, you could slash it, it really is up to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rework some of this shadow, I'm gonna put a little bit of value into this green, and then we'll be finished. Okay, with the same small brush. And the reason why I'm using a smaller brush mostly is just because this painting is rather small, right? I'm going to come back in and just add just a little bit more definition with this black. Remember, the human eye is very simplistic. We tend to focus on darks and lights, and I want the viewer, which is you, to focus in a lot on this because I'm having fun. Let's water it down just a little bit. Try a little lighter. Maybe even use some of this to add this really, really. Okay, great. I'm here to do the same thing. I'm gonna bring this out just a little bit more. Okay, fantastic. And add just a little bit of this into here. It's just the little things, right? Okay. A little bit of texture in here won't hurt. Okay. So, I'm going to clean my brush again, and for the last things, I am going to put a little bit of this brown into these green marks. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Remember, you want it to feel fluid, you want it to feel, you know, like water. You're not painting with acrylics, right? You're painting with water. Okay, great. So, I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, and then I wanna add maybe just a little bit of orange. I don't know why, I'm feeling like orange would look nice. So, let's clean the brush. Let's add a lot of water, all right? Let's just add some orange. Try your best to paint fast, but also to not, you know, ruin some of these great marks that you did, all right? Come in over here, same thing, a lot of water. Remember, I want this to be an absolute wash. I don't want it to look completely orange, right? I like how this is looking right now. And maybe I just do one side. All right. Okay. Great, 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 great. Okay. So there it is. That is a vase of flowers. You guys have a great day in class. Tomorrow we'll do something. You know what? Before I finish, let's add a little bit of value into these flowers. I'm looking at it as an artist. You can always do something a little bit better. Let's go back to this black, a little bit of black, a little bit of water. let's add just a little bit of value into some of these flowers. And then we're done. Let's do that, because these look great. But they could use a little bit of value. A little bit more. Boom. Now we are done. You guys have a great day in class. If you need a little bit of help, I'll help you. Bye.